I'm going to start by reading you a letter that I wrote in 8th grade. Dear Coach, my name is Malaika Underwood. I am interested in attending your school. I am in the 8th grade, and I am presently attending O'Farrell Community School, Center for Advanced Academic Studies. I am in the process of choosing what high school I would like to attend. I am a young lady, 14 years of age. I am interested in playing baseball, not softball. Last year, I played on the Choyas Lake senior minor team for 13 and 14-year-olds. I am a pitcher and second basewoman. Last year, I batted third in the order, hitting .557. We played a total of 25 games. I had 61 at-bats and 34 hits. I made no errors at second, and I had an ERA of 185 as a pitcher. I presently play for the Choyas Lake senior major team for 14 and 15-year-olds. We are currently playing games. We will start the Tournament of Champions in about a week. After the tournament, I will begin playing games for All-Stars. Now that you know a little bit about me, I would like to let you know that I don't expect some special placement or treatment, but I do expect a fair chance. I would like to know if you have anything against women playing on your high school team. Has a girl tried out for your high school football and/or baseball team? Has any girl ever made the team? I would appreciate if you would write me with the answers to these questions and anything you would like to tell me about your school, yourself, the athletic program at your school, or your team. Thanks for taking the time to read and reply to my letter. Malaika Underwood. When I was growing up, my dream was to be a professional baseball player. And if I had been a boy, that path would have been really clear. It just would have come down to my abilities and my commitment to that path and probably a little bit of luck as to whether or not I achieved that dream. But instead, as a girl, I had to carve my own path and figure out how to get there on my own. I started playing baseball just like anybody else, on a little league team, on a t-ball team at my little league, local little league. We were the Brown Bears, and I was one of 2 girls on that team. By the time I was 10, I was one of 1 girl in the division, and then the league, of course. And the reason was most girls were switching to softball. The pressure for me to switch was pretty great. It was pretty significant. And it was both social pressure to do what every other girl was doing, and it was also, at least what they framed as genuine concern, that I would be giving up opportunities to play at the next level, whether that next level was high school or college. I just wasn't interested in playing softball. I was interested in playing baseball. I often say it was sort of like asking Serena Williams to play ping pong instead of tennis. Great game, but not what I was interested in doing. So as I approached high school, the pressure, of course, got greater. You should switch to softball. It'll be good for you. I wrote that letter. I sent that letter to about 6 or 7 coaches in San Diego County. As you can imagine, I got a wide variety of answers, some that were definite no's, some that were yeses, and everything in between. I landed at La Jolla High School mostly because Coach Allen, who was the head coach of the La Jolla High baseball team, seemed most genuine in his response, which was, if you're good enough, you'll make the team. I made the team. I played 2 years of JV and 2 years of varsity. I was the first girl in San Diego County to play high school baseball, and I went on to start my senior year at second base. My freshman year of high school, I also picked up volleyball and basketball. That would prove pivotal in relieving some of the pressure to switch to softball, because as I excelled at those sports, the opportunity to get that coveted college scholarship became a reality. By my junior year, I had quite the sports load. In the spring, for example, I would go to school, 7:25 a.m. start, drive myself there, go to a whole day's worth of classes. Then I would go to baseball practice. A couple hours of baseball practice, Then I'd go eat dinner by myself, do a little bit of homework, go to club basketball practice, a couple hours of basketball practice, I'd go to club volleyball practice. I'd get home around 11 o'clock, finish off what was left of my homework, and then do it all over again the next day. But the hard work paid off. I got a college scholarship to play volleyball at the University of North Carolina. When I think about my freshman year, I think about transition and adjustment. My recruiting trip to the University of North Carolina was idyllic. It was the fall, late October. It was beautiful. The leaves were changing. That was amazing to somebody coming from San Diego to North Carolina. It was Halloween, which is a big holiday in Chapel Hill. I loved it. I got on the plane, flew home, knew that was where I was going. When I arrived in North Carolina in August, it was a little bit different. It was hot and it was humid, and I was a bit unsure what I had just got myself into. It was also a huge adjustment to go from being a star on my high school team to one of many stars on my college team. We were a very good team. I eventually found my footing. I contributed my freshman and sophomore years and started my junior and senior years. We won 3 ACC championships. We went to the Sweet 16 my senior year and finished ranked 11th in the nation. When I left high school, I thought that was the end of my baseball career. By my sophomore year in college, I missed it. I found a way to stay connected. I started coaching a Little League team. That filled my cup for a while. Ultimately, after grad school, which I also got my graduate degree at North Carolina and started working for the university in fundraising, I just needed to get out on the field. I needed to play again. And so I started asking questions, looking around, Googling, looking for anything. Could have been a men's team, men's co-ed team, travel team, whatever it was, I didn't know. I was fortunate to find out that USA Baseball had a women's national team. Crazy as this sounds, I had no idea we had a women's national team. The only other all-women's team that I had ever been aware of were the Silver Bullets. The Silver Bullets played in the mid to late 90s. They were an all-women's team. They were coached by Phil Necro, and they were sponsored by Miller Coors, and they barnstormed around and played against other minor league teams. I had the opportunity to watch them play when they came through San Diego. But the fact that there was a women's national team blew my mind. It was 2006, and it just so happened that they were fielding a team. They were having open tryouts for the team that was going to go to the World Cup that year in Taiwan. I thought, why not? Let me grab my glove. It's been 7 years since I played, but I'll take some swings, I'll put in the work, and I'll see what happens. When I walked out onto the field for the regional tryouts, which were held in Florida, it was the first time I had ever played baseball with other women. And it was an amazing experience to go from feeling like not only do I need to prove that I can play baseball, but that I fit in as well, to only worrying about playing baseball. I made the team, and I haven't looked back since. I played for 16 years. I'm now the oldest woman on the team. The USA Baseball Women's National Team is made up of women 16 years and older. We play international competition, culminates every 2 years in a World Cup. In any given year, there are about 12 to 15 competitive teams. Right now, and for many years, Japan has been the top team, and we are usually somewhere in the 2 to 4 range in terms of ranking. I'm often asked if we play on the same size field. Yes, we do. We play by all the same rules. And it's a great experience. I've had the great fortune of meeting a lot of friends and hearing the path that they have carved to play baseball. And as you can imagine, each of those stories is very different and unique and inspiring in its own right. There is nothing that I get more jacked up about than standing on the field, on a baseball field, in my uniform with USA across my chest, listening to our national anthem, getting ready to play the game that I absolutely love. Now that I'm the oldest woman on the field, and am a mother, and have a career, it is a different challenge to stay competitive. And I feel like every day I'm defining what it means to be all of those things and an athlete. And if I'm being honest, for most of my career, I've always been worried about myself. What am I doing? How am I performing? Where's the next turn in this path to do what I want to do? But what I've realized is that in carving my own path, I can help carve a path for others. And so part of that is getting involved in grassroots and youth efforts. USA Baseball, Major League Baseball have done a fantastic job, and there are other organizations out there who are creating opportunities for young women to play baseball, to excel, to find a way to continue to play baseball from a young age to as old as they want to be. Part of that is why I also wrote this book, to inspire our littlest ones. Part of that is also telling my story, so that other people know women play baseball too. Thank you for listening.